Hi, it's Matt Giggs and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, today's episode is all about managing buyer and seller expectations. Managing expectations is what it's all about to be the most successful real estate agent in any country. I can tell you, it works across the world, this sort of stuff. So, we're going to dive right into that shortly and I hope you take loads of value. So, who am I? Why should you listen to me? Well, my name's Matt Giggs and I've been a real estate agent for 28 years. And I have grown from a trainee T-boy to being a trainer, an influencer, a leader, an MD, an owner, a founder of a group of estate agents, and I've trained thousands of estate agents over the UK. I've also sold over £1 billion worth of property and made market leading businesses with market leading teams. Now, I'm sharing with you some content that's really going to be for estate agents or estate agent business owners who are looking to scale their career without the sleaze. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, guys, because you are going to be first in line for this content moving forward. And I'm sure if you've got content or training or areas that you want me to focus on, guys, please add that into the comments too. So let's get straight into it. The big subject right now in a buyer's market, but this really does apply to any market, because as I say to agents, you've got to make your market. It doesn't matter what year you're in, this will apply. And that's managing buyer and seller expectations. Why is that such a big subject? Well, if you take at the moment in the current climate where all buyers are using is, well, house prices are falling, mortgage rates are at an all-time high, which they're not, the news, the newspapers, my friends, my family, people have told me that I shouldn't be offering any more than this. For God's sake, guys, we are being bombarded right now with negativity. So what's your reaction to that? I hear you cry. All right, cry maybe is what you're doing, right? I mean, it's very easy to at the moment because there are less transactions happening. There are less values being achieved than perhaps they were a year or even 2 years ago. But let's take a look at the detail right here. See, for me, managing expectations is the key skill for being a successful real estate agent. What is the buyer actually looking to do? What is the seller looking to do? So there's 3 things I'm going to focus with you in order to help you to manage expectations to a higher level, to a clearer level, to a trusted level. The worst thing you want to do is bulldoze someone into buying a house and they think 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I've done the wrong thing. You do not want buyer's remorse when you're in negotiations. You do not want to get the seller to think that you're working against them, because your client is the seller. You've got to be working for them, not against them. So the 3 things are needs. Do you understand the needs when you're negotiations? Do you really understand when you're talking to buyers and sellers what it is they actually need as an outcome? Or are you focused on your needs, Mr. Agent, Mrs. Agent? Are you thinking about what can I get from this? I want to get a deal. Oh God, they should accept this offer. I hear this so many times. I had a client ring me recently. He was so frustrated. He rang me up. He said, Matt, can you help me? I need to tie this offer up. And I said, that's where you're going wrong. You need to tie it up. Why is that? Because you want to get paid commission? That's not how it works, guys. That's not what this industry needs right now. It needs you to move your ego, pop it in a little box and stick it over there, all right? So the needs for the client come first. So both the buyer and the seller. All you need to understand is, right, okay, you're the buyer. Great to see you. And I'm talking to Ed. He's filming this right now. And I'm going to say, Ed, you are my buyer. Right, tell me why you want to buy this home. What's making you make this offer? And you'll pull out the excuses. Well, you know, I love this, I love that, but you know, I just don't want to pay that price. My question to you is quite simple. Why are you offering? Are you looking to live in this house, or are you looking to focus on your mortgage rate? Do you want to, when you move in, right? And you've fixed your mortgage term, or you've agreed that you can afford it. Are you really worried then beyond that? More so than the fact that the house actually delivers what you need for your family, for your outcome, for your investment? It's really fundamental that you uncover that they know quite clearly the reasons for why they want to buy this property. Sounds quite simple. See, for me, this is where it all starts. It's all in the simplicity. So if you really establish what their emotional connection to this property is, and their need to actually see it as theirs, you're onto a very, very strong start, because people absolutely buy with emotion and they justify with logic, which is the offer. So you've got to have two things. First of all, in the needs area, you need to understand what it is. And in the justifiable area of logic, you need to have some data. You need to be prepared. I had a client recently, he said to me, I'm making this offer of $925, I'm not going to be looking to increase it. And this is my reason why. Well, the news. You know, people know house prices are coming down. I shouldn't be paying any more than this. My mortgage rates, etc., etc., etc. But you're a buyer, right? You're bound to say that. Now, I didn't say that to him, but what I did do is I acknowledged his reason for making that offer, rather than just fight back. Right? That's no good. So I acknowledged. Okay. Then I asked him a question. If I shared with you some data in the area that gives you a summary of the same size properties, which are actually a lot older than this one, that are being sold for more money, would that help you to understand the purchase value? And he said, yeah, that would be great. Okay, I did that, done that very thing. I shared the information, gave them what he needed, and he took a look over that. And then he realized that actually $925 was a very, very low offer. So the first thing I did was I agreed with him to follow up, gave him the information, come back to me in 3 days. We did that. And then he gave us his highest and final offer, which was $975. Now that's £50,000 worth of value I've just given my client. Now their expectations were met because their property was on the market for too high a value in the first place. So in reverse, I needed to give them the data. I needed to acknowledge their reasons for moving and make sure that they were really clear and established. So their needs were pretty clear, their motivation then followed. And then we talked about their emotional need for moving. Then I justified it with data, because at the same time, in the same market, there's information that those clients needed in order to make the right decision. So the first thing, guys, is all around needs. When you're in this marketplace, if you're on a valuation, if you're in negotiation, you need to understand needs. So number two is knowledge. I have touched on that a little bit, but how much do you know about your market? How much do you know about the number of properties that are available, number of buyers per property, the history, and what the market looks like moving forward? One of the worst things you can do is be too fixed when you're valuing a house on comparables, because comparables are historic. Yes, you can lean on them, but the comparable could have been in a market, that sale could have happened, right, when there was absolutely nothing else on the market, or loads of properties on the market at that given time. So in reflection, what you've got to look at is really like the present moment and understand the knowledge for now. The knowledge for now is going to help you to bring that client into the information, into the emotion, to be able to establish what their decision-making process looks like. So your knowledge is vital. So that's data. So if you're talking to a seller, how many buyers are you working with that would look for a property like theirs that gives them what they need? Okay, that information is really important, because if there's less, the price is a bit more of a challenge. If there's lots of competition, that's going to challenge their price again. This is the information that your clients really need to see, not you telling them what their price actually is, because there's no estate agent that I've met that is actually going to determine the exact value in any housing market. You can only give people a guide. The only person to really establish the value of any property is the ready and willing buyer. Okay, we've all heard that statement, haven't we? The house is only worth what someone's prepared to pay. Well, yeah, but it's also down to how crap the person was at negotiating with them in the first place. Did they have the knowledge? Were they able to share the information that gave that buyer the confidence and the reassurance to move forward? So knowledge is power when it comes to managing expectations. But how, which is point 3, that's the know-how. Know how to use the data. Know how to use your knowledge. Don't use it to intimidate people, or maybe being pretentious, or maybe being patronizing, because those clients are unlikely to have the data and the insights that you've got on hand. But you're able to share this information with people and ask them to give you their impression of what that information shows them. That's how you use the information to manage expectations, because I have made deals happen. And the point behind the guy calling me, one of my mentor clients, asking me, how do I tie up this deal, was just, first of all, the first thing you need to say to any client is, I don't want you to accept an offer that you are unhappy with. Okay? My job here isn't to tie up a house sale at a value that you don't understand and that you're not happy with. So for me, you've got to take that stance as an agent. It's about you helping them to make an informed decision by using the information and emotions to manage the expectations. So there's 3 things here: needs, knowledge, know-how. You've got to work on all 3 areas consistently, guys, if you're going to be in any property market. So there you have it. I hope you've liked this video, and if you have, make sure you like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and be a part of this community. Remember to look for the links in the description box and you'll see even more content from me. But please comment, please give me feedback. It's so important that I deliver the kind of things that you're going to need to scale your career or estate agency without the sleaze. I look forward to hearing from you soon.